40 minutes after the hour, back to the end full disclosure show. Again, please stay tuned from 12 to 1, fully disclosed. Mr. Breeze DBL is going to put down the latest hip-hop, R&B, and club classics. So, as we said before we went into the break, we were going to have a special guest on the line. And we are here. And Mr. Jessie Armstead, are you on the air?
Hey, what's going on? Yeah.
Hey, how you doing? So for those of you who don't know who Jessie Armstead is, and I'm not sure how that could be the case if you are a New Yorker in this area, Jessie Armstead, linebacker, formerly of the New York Giants, it pains me to say that, as well as the Washington Redskins, and he also played for Carolina, won 2 Super Bowls. I think he had an interception in the Super Bowl, if I remember correctly. Had an incredible career, 5-time Pro Bowler, 4-time All-Pro. Had a really, really, really nice career. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Doing pretty good. We're glad that you were able to take some time out for us today. We really appreciate that.
I'm glad to have the time, and looking forward to everything.
And the other thing I wanted to mention as well, you are also in the New York Giants Ring of Honor. Is that correct?
Say that again?
Are you part of the New York Giants Ring of Honor as well?
Oh, yes, absolutely. I was inducted in that. One of the first guys inducted into the Ring of Honor. But that's a great honor to be one of the greatest ones to play in New York.
Nice. Let me jump in and just warn you about something now. My partner who's been talking to you, Mo, over there, he's a diehard Cowboy fan, so he may have a negative tone towards you.
Absolutely not.
So just don't take that personally. I just want to warn you about that.
And Jess, I got your back. Don't worry about it.
He's a guest. I'm going to be extremely nice to him on these airways. Now, if we were in person, we could have a different conversation, but on these airways, he's a guest.
Wow.
He
Okay.
absolutely is the guest. So I guess the first thing I wanted to bring up, your 2 Super Bowls. You were able to win them with the Giants. How did you let me take that back. Did you guys think you were going to win the 2 Super Bowls that you did win? Let me start there.
Yeah, well, I wound up. I'm still assistant consultant for the New York Giants right now.
Okay.
And I played in the Super Bowl in 2000, and we lost that Super Bowl to Baltimore. And I was fortunate to be back with the New York Giants when we faced New England. I was a assistant consultant for them. They won the 2 Super Bowls against New England. So I was more on the sideline with the coaching part of it and the playing part of it.
So that means you were there when they beat the New England Patriots when they were 18-0, I guess it was.
Yes, the Patriots were undefeated. So we're glad to be able to get that win, and that's when all the guys that New England had wrote a book and everything else, and the greatest team ever, and the Giants went in there and got the championship.
Did you what do you feel about the Patriots? And since you're one of the teams that beat them, they've been pretty dominant in the league over the last 15 years. But what's your feelings on how they're being accused of a lot of I guess, for lack of a better word, a lot of cheating? How do you feel about that?
I never cry and harp over things that happen. It's like people they done this, they do that. You know what? When you get between on the football field, it is what it is.
Right.
And the deflation and all about the balls and stuff like that. It's no big. I never cry about things like that. It's all about the game of football. The rules are the rules, and leave it at that.
Yeah. Since I got a Cowboy fan in front of me, I want to move away from the Patriots a little bit. Was the Cowboys your biggest rivalry, or was there somebody else who was the big rivalry for you?
To me, it would be the Cowboys because, when I came out of college, Jimmy Johnson, which recruited me in high school, had an opportunity to get me coming out of the University of Miami. But for some reason, he passed me up. I don't know if he got the wrong advice for somebody at the University of Miami, but he passed me up behind some intel he had, and so I had a chip on my shoulder for the Cowboys ever since then. I'm originally from Dallas, so you grow up with the Cowboys and everything like that. And after I didn't get kicked by the Cowboys, I became a diehard New York football Giant and Giant forever.
Yeah. So that was going to be one of the questions I asked, because I did see that you did grow up in Dallas, and obviously you just said that you grew up watching them the way that you did. So throughout your career, you had this chip on your shoulder, but secretly you didn't want to go and play for Dallas. Let's just be honest. It's just us and the 5,000 people listening right now. Let's just be honest about that.
I want to knock Dallas. You know what? I want to knock Dallas heads off every time.
Yeah, just tell them.
And still today, when one of them comes to the sideline, I'm standing on the sideline with my regular clothes on. Sometimes I wish I could throw an elbow, but I know I can't do it because it's not part of the game.
Wow. How's the relationship? All seriousness, how's the relationship with guys who played with the Cowboys off the field or outside of the white lines?
You know, off the field, so everybody have a good relationship and things like that. We all do different events and things like that, different charities. But when you're on the field, there's no love lost between each other, and there won't be no love lost come opening day.
Nice.
So you came there to the New York Giants during the Dallas Cowboys' heyday, I guess, at that point, because they had already just won a Super Bowl, and I think they won 2. I know for a fact they won 2 while you were actually there. At that time, playing against Michael Irvin, playing against Troy Aikman, playing against Emmitt Smith, how was that towards you guys? Did you guys look at them as the bigger-than-life stars that the way the NFL made them out to be? Or did you guys just look at them as just regular players and they were just there and they were in front of you and you needed to beat them the same way you needed to beat maybe it was Mark Rippon as the quarterback at that time for the Washington Redskins? I'm not sure. But how did you guys feel about playing against Dallas?
One thing about Dallas, Jimmy Johnson put together a good team in Dallas. Probably one of the best teams before free agencies. After free agencies, that was ain't one thing yet. So free agency came about when they let guys be able to move around and be able to earn more money and pick your team. And now you see what Dallas did. They're far from the championship.
All right, so I have another question for you. I'm going to let that little remark go. I'm not going to bite that one, but I have another question in all seriousness. You made 5 Pro Bowls, and then you made 4 All-Pros. Now, Rasul and I have this discussion from time to time, and he always says that he cares who makes the actual All-Pro team. How do you feel about that? Do you think the All-Pro team is a better accomplishment than making the Pro Bowl?
Well, one thing about it, like back then, yes, it was a big accomplishment because you always looked at the Pro Bowl as guys got selected. But now, people who go to the Super Bowl cannot play in the Pro Bowl. So it's been watered down. And for as being All-Pro, I mean, you was the best throughout the whole league. But you would mean more to me than anything is that when you talk to any guy or any person that plays the game of football, and they have that respect for you. Some guys probably didn't make All-Pro, but they got the respect. And maybe some guys who made All-Pro that don't have the respect. I play for respect of the game, so no matter who's seeing me or where you see me at, you're always going to respect me no matter who you are.
Nice.
Because, I gave you from the start of the game to the end of the game. I didn't take no stuff off nobody.
Nice. Now, I was trying to do a little research on you this morning, and it was very impressive to see you, life after football. Just talk about some of the things you're doing. I know you have a car dealership. I'm not sure exactly what else. And you said you're an associate coach with the New York Giants now. So just talk about how you got into wanting to go into the car business and some of the other off-field ventures that you have.
I was very fortunate. When I played football, I always loved cars. I bought so many cars. I got to a point where, I studied and loved cars just like I love the game of football. And then when I had the opportunity to get in the car business, I jumped on it and I went for it. And, a lot of people thought that, just a phase I was going through, that I was going to be passionate about it. Anything I do, I will find passion for it. And I went on and finished up schooling for NADA school for automobile, and opened my Honda store and became the number one Honda store, as far as minority go, and top 10 in the country.
Wow.
And winning the President's Award and different awards. And come from the championship pedigree. We got championship pedigree at the Honda store. The way we treat people, the way, thing we want to be treated.
Nice.
Now, and Rasul, and I don't know if you knew this fact about Jessie. At the time, when he was in high school, he was the first player to become an All-American 3 times in high school in Texas. So that tells you how great he was. Now, you ended up going to the University of Miami, and Jimmy Johnson left. He recruited you there, but then he left. And you ended up playing for Dennis Erickson. Is that correct?
You said the right thing. When I chose University of Miami, I liked Jimmy's style when he had the guys playing. But when I got to the university, all the guys that I met, they had the same kind of attitude I had. And I came from Dallas Front High School, one of the top high school football powerhouses in the country. And it was like going from one house to the next house with the same attitude.
Okay.
And I hooked up with a bunch of guys that had the same kind of attitude I had. And I was fortunate to play in, win 2 national championships in college football. So I think that was a big accomplishment right there.
Very nice, very nice.
No doubt. You're a very accomplished football player on all levels, obviously. Let me ask you, who's the best player you played against, and who's the best player you played with?
Oh, man, the best player I ever played against. I mean, that would be so hard, man.
Emmitt Smith?
I looked at all of them. That's a hard thing, so.
Emmitt Smith?
Oh, my God.
Emmitt Smith, maybe? I'm just asking.
I can't deal with this Cowboy stuff either. I'm with you. I can't. Cowboys collectively as a group, you could say that, they had probably the best offensive line assembled at the time I played that you could play against. If you looked at a group like that, and then the best player I played with, I played a lot of great players. I played with the all-time great Lawrence Taylor. Right.
And also I played, with me and Michael Strahan. We came in together.
Right.
And we had our era with the Giants, and so how great a player he was. And it was a lot of guys that you probably don't remember. Probably played 1 or 2 years, but I played with a lot of guys that had a lot of fight, and they probably got hurt or they got put out the league too early.
What's the dirtiest thing you could tell us that's happened in one of the pile-ups on the field?
You said the dirtiest, and say that again?
What's the dirtiest thing that's happened to you in one of those pile-ups on the field?
The dirtiest, man, you just spit in the face, you spit back somebody else's face, when they spit on you, somebody trying to choke you up under there, it's whatever, you know what I mean? And I look at it the same way. Whatever you do to me, man, just do it, because I'm going to try to do it too, so I can't be mad at you.
Yeah, I mean, I would have a major issue shaking somebody's hand who spit in my face after a game. Or ever. Like, you spit on me, we can't be shaking hands ever if you spit on me on purpose.
For some reason my phone's breaking up.
No, I'm saying if somebody spit on me on purpose, I don't know how I talk to him after the game, in the off season, at the Pro Bowl, anywhere.
Yes, you will, because you know what? If they spit on you and you don't spit back on them, there's something wrong with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you choke me. Then if I don't choke you at the same time I spit on you, then there's something wrong with me. You know what I mean? So
I feel
you just got me. So that's how I look at it. So.
Yeah, I guess that's why
my attitude was that whichever way you want to play, I can play the same kind of way. You know what I mean? And I wasn't a dirty player, nothing like that. You name me a game, I'm gonna play your game. You know what I mean? So that's just how we played. You know what I mean? We didn't try to start the fight, and we're gonna end the fight.
Yeah, I'm with that, but just don't spit on me, man. You can choke me, whatever. Just don't spit on me. That's all.
One last question for you, really quick. Oh, go ahead.
Well, it's 2 different eras. now it's a lot of rules involved in it. It should be rules involved in it after they've seen the things that players have went through. During my era, the rules were a lot lenient. You know, it was a situation where you have a 330-pound lineman coming out, a 270-pound tight end, that a little bitty guy can come up to 4 feet and beat him across his head and knock him out. Because, you know, you use your head as a launching pad, you know.
Right.
And receivers, you can knock them out clean across the field. And it just was a different era that, you know, it was more brutal back then. But that's what the game called. It was called for then, you know what I mean? Like today, it's changed a lot. Things you did back then, you dare not to do today. And that's how things happen in life. Things changing, the new technology, and get smarter about the game.
How would these new rules affect your game if you played today?
You know what? I would find a way to adjust to it. You know,
Right.
You know, a lot of things I wouldn't like, but if I didn't know about them, then I would adjust automatically. You know,
Right.
but if you took me today and just plop me in there, not knowing the rules, and tell me all your rules have changed, you know, it'd be hard to make it in the game today. But if I grew up in this kind of environment, then yeah, I will adapt and I already know how to play in this environment.
Nice. All right, Jesse, man, I appreciate you calling in today. Hopefully we could call you before the season starts, and then maybe on your bye week, and you could give us some extra NFL insight.
Yeah, make sure you call because, you know, we got this Cowboy fan, you know.
He's a little delirious, Jess.
13-3 this year.
Oh, my God.
13-3. Let's put it in the books.
All right. Coming up next, we'll talk about that conversation and how Mo continuously embarrasses me when we bring guests on the show. I mean, I don't even know if I could call anybody, have anybody else come on here. I mean, how does Emmitt Smith get in the conversation? I have no idea, but we'll discuss it. We'll discuss it 3 minutes after the break.